Hello, this is Liam Morlath with Sports Marketing Research Assignment 4, Sporting Event Data Collection. For this assignment, I attended a minor league baseball game at Arm & Hammer Park located on the Delaware River waterfront in Trenton, New Jersey. After which, I conducted a survey reviewing the fans' experience and got 10 fans to participate. The game took place on Tuesday, August 19th, 2014, and was between the Yankees AA affiliate, the Trenton Thunder, and the Blue Jays AA affiliate, the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. The game turned out to be an old-fashioned pitcher's duel, with New Hampshire just barely squeaking out a 2-1 win over the hometown Thunder. As is common with most minor league games, this game was full of promotions, giveaways, and other sponsorship activation. The main sponsor of the night was the New Jersey Education Association, or NJEA. They were represented in many ways throughout the game, but most importantly, they presented the night's giveaway, a Thunder visor. The first 1,500 fans to arrive at the stadium received the visors, and they were visible everywhere you looked throughout the game. Other promotions done the night of the game were Hockey Night, which encouraged fans to wear their favorite team's hockey gear, Dollar Hot Dog Night, which was a big hit at the concession stands, and Kids Eat Free, where all kids 12 and under received a voucher for a free meal when they entered the park. The latter two promotions are done at all Tuesday home games. Due to the strong presence among minor league baseball and the high number of specific promotions going on during the night's game, I decided to make sponsorship a focus of my survey. I began the survey by asking fans to rate their overall experience at the game on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being excellent. The results were very promising for the Thunder, with 4 fans choosing 4 and 4 fans choosing 5. This means that 80% of participants had an above-average time at the game. What is more important is that no one chose 1 or 2, meaning that no one had a lousy time at the game. I followed up by asking why they answered question 1 in the way that they did. The 2 most popular answers that I found pop up numerous times were that the prices were very affordable and that the experience provided fun for the entire family. Next, I asked fans whether or not this was their first Thunder game. The results were a fairly even split. However, 6 of the 10 participants stated that this was not their first game. Out of these 6 fans, though, only 1 reported going to more than 2 to 4 games this season, and this was a season ticket holder. Additionally, when asked how frequently they attended Thunder games, 40%, which was the majority, claimed that they go to between 1 and 4 times a year. This data tells me that the Thunder need to work on getting more repeat fans, or more specifically, more season ticket holders. They may want to consider providing some sort of additional incentives to season ticket holders, such as discounts on concessions and merchandise. The next phase of the survey focuses on the promotional giveaway Thunder Visor presented by NJEA. The item turned out to be fairly popular among the sample, as 7 out of the 10 participants were lucky enough to receive it. Just finding this bit of information is not very valuable, though, so I asked some follow-up questions to evaluate the effectiveness of the giveaway to both NJEA and the Thunder. Out of the 7 fans that got the Thunder visor, 5 of them, or about 71.4%, were aware of the giveaway before arriving to the ballpark. It is impossible to say for sure, but with such a high percentage being aware of the promotion, it is very likely that they were made more likely to attend the game or to at least show up early in order to receive the visor. The same number of fans, 5 out of 7, were able to recall that NJEA was the sponsor that presented the visor without looking at it. This is a very good sign for NJEA as it shows strong brand recall. The whole point of sponsoring events and giveaways at sporting events is to spread brand awareness, and it seems NJEA succeeded in doing so on Tuesday night. Despite presenting the visor giveaway and being the biggest sponsor of the night, NJEA still did not come away from the night with the biggest impact on Thunder fans. When asked which sponsor stood out the most and made the biggest impact on them during the night, just as many fans, 4, said Arm & Hammer, as did NJEA. This goes to show how effective stadium naming rights can be for a sponsor. To my knowledge, Arm & Hammer had no other promotion during the game other than signage around the ballpark, yet their huge logo on the front of the park made an impact equal to that of NJEA's night-long efforts. I then decided to ask fans how likely they would be to associate with the sponsor of the Thunder on a scale from 1 to 5. 1 would be much less likely, 3 would be likelihood unaffected, and 5 would be much more likely. Luckily for the team and its sponsors, no fans claimed that they would be less likely to deal with one of the sponsors, but 40% did say that they were unaffected by the sponsorships. 60% of fans did say that they would either be more or much more likely to associate with a Thunder sponsor, which is good, but the goal should be for all fans to respond to this question with a 4 or 5. If the Thunder can prove to sponsors that their partnership is beneficial, they will be able to both gain new sponsors and make more money from their current sponsors. Besides demographics, the last question that I asked provided answers that bode very well for the Trenton Thunder. When asked how likely it is that they would return to Arm & Hammer Park for another game, all 10 fans said that it was likely, with 70% of them answering with a 5 for very likely. It is obvious that the Thunder put on an enjoyable experience for its fans, but like I previously mentioned, they need to put a focus on getting people to come back multiple times a year. The more loyal and dedicated a fan, the more likely they are to spread awareness of the team and its sponsors. I ended my survey with some basic demographics questions inquiring about gender and age. The gender of the fans that participated was fairly split, with 60% being male and 40% female. When it came to age, the most popular bracket was 25 to 39, making up 40% of the participating fans. The next largest bracket was 40 to 60, with 30% of the fans. Additionally, there was one fan under 18, one in the 18 to 24 range, and one over 60. There may be a participation bias when it comes to age because the 18 to 24 bracket seemed less interested in taking time to do the survey, and anyone under 18 typically had a parent with them that was more likely to do the survey. Nonetheless, I still feel it makes sense that these two brackets dominated the demographics because Thunder games are enjoyed most by families, and individuals aged 25 to 60 are most likely to have a spouse and kids that they will come to the game with. In creating my survey, I don't feel that I ran into too many challenges. I knew that I wanted to get a broad understanding about how fans felt about going to Trenton Thunder games. Getting to this point was pretty self-explanatory, and once I did my research and found out about the numerous promotions being held during the game, I knew that sponsorship would be the focus that I wanted to whittle down to. If anything, I think I may have struggled with keeping the survey short and concise. By the end of it all, I had a 16-question survey. The final copy had some questions about the other promotions like Hockey Night and Dollar Dog Night, but I chose to omit their results for the sake of time. Next time, I would either eliminate those questions before administering the survey or find ways to consolidate ideas into fewer questions. Collecting the data was actually much harder than I expected. I wouldn't consider myself an overly shy person, but I am not the kind of person that is completely comfortable going up to random strangers in public either. It took me some time to work up the courage to just go up to someone and explain to him or her what I was doing and to ask for their help. Next time, I would just realize that the worst thing that anyone can do is say no. Also, I found that a big reason that anyone would say no is that they wanted to get home. With it being a weeknight and a venue that had many families with small kids, very few people wanted to do anything but get in their car and go home. I think next time I might go around to people in their seats towards the later innings of the game, rather than standing in the concourse in the 8th and 9th innings trying to stop people on their way out. All in all, though, I got my results and had a fun time doing it. Thank you. This has been Liam Morlath with Sports Marketing Research Assignment 4.